Young man sneaks into the billionaire's yacht. Security finds him, begins to escort him off. Just as he's being escorted off, he notices the billionaire and he screams at him. He says, "Hey man, I wasn't trying to steal anything or nothing like that. I just want a few seconds of your time." Billionaire waves his hand in security. He says, "You got 60 seconds, kid." Young man says, "Teach me." He says, "Teach me how to get these wealth and riches like you." The billionaire is intrigued by the nerve of the young man. He goes below deck, comes back up with some rope. He tells his security, he said, "Escort this young man to my quarters." They get to his quarters. He binds the young man's hands. He binds his feet. He takes the rope and then he ties his hands and his feet together. Billionaire says, "You got 1 hour. You got 1 hour to get out of this rope. If you can get out of this rope in 1 hour, I'll tell you the secrets to get these wealth and these riches." He leaves. He comes back surely in an hour. Billionaire comes back into his quarters. He notices that the water and the wine and the soda hasn't been touched. He notices that the sandwiches and the crackers and the fruit hasn't been touched. He looks at the young man. He says, "You didn't get thirsty? You didn't get hungry?" Young man said, "Man, I just been trying to get out this rope." Billionaire said, "Okay." He said, "Well, tell me what you learned." Young man gets angry. He said, "What did I learn?" "What you mean what I learned?" He said, "I ain't learned nothing. All I've been thinking about is how to get out of this rope so that you can give me the secrets." Billionaire said, "Exactly." He says, "When you can learn to forsake the pleasures of this life," he says, "when you can learn to only focus and think on the thing that you need to focus and think on," he said, "then and only then will you achieve the wealth and the riches like I have." See, the billionaire began to explain to the young man. He said, a certain level of success requires you to go to a dark place. He said, in this dark place, you're going to forsake friends. You're going to forsake families. He says, you're going to miss gatherings. You're going to miss birthday parties. He said, you may even miss some funerals here and there. He said, but the reason you go into this dark place is so that when you come out, you can have the light to shine on everybody else. He says, so when you learn to forsake the pleasures of this life, when you learn to get tunnel vision and only focus and only think on your goals and what it is that you're trying to achieve, then and only then will you get there.